Hello students, in this section we are going to discussing about pre-fertilization structures and events. This is a simple introduction for that, and you can understand that by simply reading this paragraph, and I will explain that here. Pre-fertilization structures and events. Here I am giving you a short explanation. Pre-fertilization refers to all the events that occur before fertilization in flowering plants, which means there need some preparation before the fertilization that happening in flowering plants. And before a flower appears, the plant undergoes several hormonal and structural changes inside them. We know that in human body also there are happening several hormonal and structural changes before we are attaining the reproductive stage. Like that, in plants also they are producing some hormones, and according to that, structural changes are also occurring inside the plant before producing a flower. All these changes help in the formation and development of the flower. Here, I am explaining the key points in this paragraph. The first structure formed is the floral primordium. Here is a word, floral primordium. What is that? Nothing, that is young flower structure, that is called as floral primordium. Young flower structure, or the first developed simple bud-like structure, that is known as floral primordium. And the next one is, then inflorescences are formed which bear floral buds. What are inflorescences here? I will explain that later. And I'm just saying the group of or bunches of flowers that is known as inflorescence. But here it is different. Here inflorescence means before individual flowers form, the plant first develops an inflorescence. On that inflorescence, floral buds arise. Those buds later develop into separate flowers. So here, inflorescence is the flower bearing shoot or branch where flowers are produced, not the flower itself. Again, the third point is floral buds develop into flowers. So those small buds will develop into flowers. And last, inside the flower, the reproductive organs differentiate and develop. Here, differentiate means develops, only develops, simply develops, or the smallest structure will be develops into the matured one, that is known as differentiation. So inside the flower, the male reproductive organs, that is androecium, and female reproductive organ, that is gynoecium, will develops later. What are those reproductive parts? We know that the male reproductive organ, that is known as androecium, which contains or which is made up of stamens. We know that stamen is made up of anther and filament. And inside the anther, there produces pollen grains, which contains the male gametes. Again, the female reproductive part, that is known as gynoecium. Gynoecium is made up of carpels or pistil, and there is a difference between carpels or pistil also. I will explain that. Carpel is the individual unit. Pistil is the complete female reproductive structure made of one or more carpels, which means carpel is the basic unit of the female reproductive organ. Maybe there is one carpel which contains one stigma, one style, and one ovary. Then it is known as carpel. But pistil is one or more carpels together forming the female part of the flower. If there is only one carpel, then we can also call it as one pistil is there. And there is more than one carpels, more than one stigma, style, and ovary is there, and we can also call it as togetherly as a pistil. So maybe it is one carpel or two carpel or multicarpellary, but togetherly the all carpels is known as or called as pistil. If there is one carpel or maybe two carpel or maybe three carpel, or it means many. So many carpels are togetherly called as pistil. That is the difference between carpel and pistil. And here is a final point. The gynoecium contains ovules, or in pistil or in the carpels which contains ovule, which are the female reproductive unit, and inside the ovule there contains the female gamete, that is egg cell. So here we can conclude pre-fertilization includes the formation of flower and the development of male and female reproductive structures before fertilization takes place. So in the upcoming section we are going to discuss what are the different male and female reproductive structures in plants, and after that, how the fertilization occurs. Thank you.